Well, speaking of beauty, who doesn't love to get pampered every once in a while? Whether it's a fresh blowout, a much-needed massage, or even a new piece of jewelry, our next guest has you covered. So joining me now is the co-founder of Drybar Squeeze and Becket and Quill, Alli Webb. Alli, it's great to see you this morning.
Thanks for having me. And what an amazing show to be on. I mean, Jamie is a good friend of mine. Whitney from Bumble is a good friend of mine. I feel like I'm in very good company. It's an honor to be here today.
We are so happy to have you. And I can't wait to talk to you about what you've been up to. I mean, absolutely incredible, your entrepreneurial ability. You just launched Becket and Quill, a direct-to-consumer jewelry brand. Why did you decide to launch this latest company?
Well, I'm at this point in my life where, I'm able to explore more passions. And I've always had this passion for jewelry. And I came across Meredith Quill, who had started her own jewelry company. And I just, I felt like she really had something, and it was a really small operation. She's figured out how to make really beautiful, high-end looking jewelry without the high spend. And I thought, with my experience and expertise, I could come in and bring that company to the next level, bring some great branding, create a great website. We hired PR, like we basically, wrapped a brand and an experience around this very little baby jewelry company. I hired my ex-husband, who did all the creative for Drybar and Squeeze, to help really brand this and make it really attainable and something women wanted, which, I feel like I've done pretty well in my career, that I thought I could do it here in this space. But it's a completely different animal, a lot of different new challenges, but I'm really enjoying the challenge, and to what you guys were speaking about, it's like, Meredith was this, stay-at-home mom. She has 3 kids, and she was running this little jewelry company. I'm like, let's bring it to the next level. More women being leaders is so crucial.
And I think you've really mastered that experience and brand element. I know my first touch point with it was through Drybar, which is always on point. But what were the lessons that you learned from that? And we'll talk more about Squeeze in just a minute, that have now helped you in this new venture.
Well, I don't have a college degree. I didn't go to college. There was no fancy business plan with Drybar, but for 10 years of running Drybar, I learned a whole lot about running businesses, scaling businesses, customer service experience, and all of those attributes, those things that I learned, really have prepared me, to go out into the world and do new things and new ventures that I wouldn't have otherwise had. Drybar has been such an incredible journey and such a learning, and I'm so grateful for it. And it really has helped me not only grow as a person, but certainly as a businesswoman.
So starting with Drybar, blowouts, champagne, I think that's probably what many of our guests know that company for, which you're doing so well. And then you launched Squeeze just about 2 years ago. And so why did you decide to add that to your portfolio, and how's the company doing?
Well, we were open about a year before the pandemic, and it was like gangbusters. It's incredible. We have all 5-star reviews on Yelp. And the reason behind Squeeze, similar to Drybar, is like there was a hole in the marketplace. There was high-end spas where you're paying upwards of $300 for a massage, and then there's the discount chains where it's just the experience isn't great. It's so similar to this hole in the marketplace that Drybar had. So we wanted to create a great massage experience where you go in and you feel really taken care of. And the biggest differentiator of Squeeze is everything is on an app. So it's app-based. You pay on the app, you tip on the app. When you're done with your massage, you just walk out the door. You don't have to deal with checking out, and you're in that kind of blissful state, and you can remain in that state because you just pay on your app. And we also have all the therapist profiles up on the app. So it's very, very intuitive. And I think it is really kind of something that we wished always existed in the massage space, but didn't, so we made it, which is really always my best advice to anybody wanting to start a business, is like the thing you love may exist, it's just not being done well. So there's always an opportunity to step it up.
I'm really excited to try that one as well. Quickly, Alli, before we have to let you go, I wish we had more time. What advice do you have for other female founders out there?
It's not as hard to start as you think. I think people get very, weighed down in the I can't do this, I don't know that. I didn't know anything really. My parents were entrepreneurs, so I had that. But there is so many different ways to start. There's no one formula. Just get out there and do it. Network, talk to as many people as you can, get as much information as you can, and just go for it.
Go for it. I love that advice. Alli is the expert. Alli, thank you so much for joining us this morning. That's Alli Webb, co-founder of Drybar Squeeze, and now Becket and Quill.